I got some good news and some bad news. So here we go. All right, so good news and bad news. The bad news first is that I don't think we can actually draw a circle, a real true life circle in VEX VR, but we can draw something that will trick everybody to think it's a circle. So why do I say we can't draw a circle? Well, we can draw a polygon, and if we were able to manipulate or change the values of the right and left motor at the same time, then we could have the robot turn at a curve, perfectly at a curve. Unfortunately, we only have the ability to have the robot drive forward, turn a little bit, drive forward, turn a little bit, drive forward, turn a little bit. So since it's turning and driving forward, then you're drawing a straight line, and a circle is not supposed to have any straight lines. So we're drawing a polygon, right? And a polygon, if it's going to be, well, it should all add up to 300. If it's connected, right, which that's a polygon, it should all add up to 360 degrees. All right, so let's just say, now my geometry is a little rusty, so please forgive me if I butcher some math terminology, or if I say something incorrect. Let's correct it in the comments, please. Math teachers, if you could, I would appreciate that. But don't be too brutal, okay? So here's the thing, right? I can start off with something easy, and here's where I'm saying my geometry might be a little rusty. I'm pretty sure a square is a polygon, right? It's like all squares are polygons, but not all polygons are squares, right? I think, okay? So just like all squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares, right? Okay, so if I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 90-degree angles, they all add up to a 490s is 360, right? So I need to put the pen down so I can make sure that I see what I'm seeing, right? Here we go. Move robot pen down, and then let's give this a shot, right? So we should get a 200 millimeter by 200 millimeter cube, right? We just did all four sides equal length. All right, so there you go. We got our circle, right? All right, so square peg in a round hole, we're going to make that work. Trust me, okay? What we could do here is, now we could say, well, let's create like a hexagon, right? So, you know, I'm not quick on math. So what I'm going to do is, let's say I want to drive forward for, well, let's just figure out a hexagon, right? Hexagon is 6 sides, okay? Hex meaning 6, right? So 360 divided by 6 is 60, all right? So we need 6 of these lines. So we got 2 already, or 1 already right there, right? So we got 4 actually. So I'm gonna grab this. I do Control C, Control V, Control V, and I got my 2 more sides. Now I could create some variables and things like that right now to make this easier, but really this is just demonstration. I'm gonna show you one of the best way. I don't know, might be the best way to do it. I don't know. I don't want to brag. I mean, I am a pretty big deal. Just kidding. I'm just a regular guy. And everybody who's watching this video, guys, you know, it's like I'm not special. I'm really not. I just put the time in and I read it. I didn't go to school for this. All right. My degree is in Christian studies, which is a composite degree. And so, you know, this is all self-taught. I do teach, you know, this kind of stuff at school. But yeah, I try to do my best. Okay. So now look, there we got a hexagon. It's starting to look more like a circle, isn't it? Use your imagination. Okay. So what we've learned from just doing the square and the hexagon is that if we want something that is enclosed, we want an enclosed polygon that has little lines that are so small that's very hard to tell, because then it'll make it look like a circle. All right. So what I'm going to need to do, I don't want to be, excuse me, I don't want to do that, right? I could do this and then make them all 30, right? Because I'm doubling the number of lines, and so I would have the degrees so that they all add up to the same. But what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to do a repeat. Okay, I can't do it. I could do it forever, I guess, but I wanted to just complete that and then move on. I might have it go somewhere else and do something else. So if I have it repeat 10 times, and I need the total of all of the angles in my polygon to equal 360 degrees, well, then I would take 360 degrees divided by the number of times I'm going to go around. So I do 36 degrees. I'm going to change this length to a little bit smaller, 100. And then let's go again. Here, let me make this a little bit bigger. There we go. Let me zoom in. Okay, ooh, it's starting to look a lot more like a circle. Okay, I think multiplication by 10 is probably the easiest thing in the world, right? We just moved like a decimal point. So what is 36 divided by 10? Well, it's 3.6. And if I divide that by 10, then the number of repeats I have to multiply by 10. So I'll add a 0. Refresh and go. Okay. This is going to be a giant circle. I think you can tell already, or a giant polygon, right? So I don't have enough room on my canvas to do that. So I need to change the amount that it turns. I'm going to see if 50, or the amount that it goes forward. So technically the lines of the polygon, it's still going to be too big. So I'm gonna reset. Okay, so it's just you're gonna need to do some trial and error here. Maybe 10. Let's do that. You need to do some trial and error. Oh, it's making a halo. I didn't even realize. I'm sorry. This is over my head. Over my head. Hopefully it's not over your head. Okay, but it's not. I know it's not. Look at that. I mean, come on. That. Look, you can see if you zoom in. You can see that there's like some straight lines there. But the thickness of the line, the thickness of the marker, if you will, seems to be like kind of hiding the fact that we really actually just made a polygon with, what, 100 sides. So we can get really crazy and add a lot of resolution. So, I would say technically on the computer screen, you could never draw a circle. Right? Because if you zoomed all the way in, you would get pixels. And pixels are square. And so that thing would have, that circle that you're seeing on the screen would have edges. And I mean, probably in nature, if you zoomed all the way in, I doubt a perfect circle exists in nature. Right? Because if you zoom in far enough, you may be getting some straight edges. Anyway, that's how to draw a circle. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And you know what? If you're not subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate a subscription. I have a lot of videos on VEX VR. I'm doing stuff on Arduino. I'm doing stuff on VEX code for IQ and EDR and probably some V5 stuff. A lot of Project Lead the Way courses, supplemental materials that I do. So if you're a teacher, please subscribe. Like the video and share it with your friends. Thanks so much. Have a good one.